Hi, it's Pastor Ken from Northminster Presbyterian Church in Tucson, Arizona. Hope you're having a good day and a good week. We're continuing our devotions from our Presbyterian mission calendar, and we're looking at some scriptures about the Exodus from the book of Exodus. Just a great book and a great story, a story that in many ways feels like a movie or a great book of fiction. It has heroes and villains, it has all kinds of special effects, it has all kinds of surprises and plot twists. And today we're looking at a section from Exodus chapter 16, I believe it's verses 10 to 22. And we find ourselves maybe 30, 40 days out of escaping Egypt. And so it hasn't been a long time, and we find Israel grumbling. Israel does a lot of grumbling. Sometimes when you read the story of Exodus and you try to think about God's character, or you try to think about the position that God has, other than king and ruler or provider, sometimes you can just see God as a parent. And God is trying to parent his children, these Hebrews, and he's trying to teach them something about himself. And in this particular section, it reminds me when I was a child, and I probably still do it to a certain extent, but whenever my parents told me what I should do or what I shouldn't do, especially what I shouldn't do, I always tried to get away with a little something. Even if I could push the boundaries just a little bit. And of course, when they found out, I usually got punished. I wondered, why are you punishing me? I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And I remember my mom and dad saying to you, well, the main reason is because you need to know that we are your parents. We're not your best friend, we're your parents, and we're trying to do what is best for you and what will teach you lessons later on in life. And that's the kind of story we have in the verses we have today. Israel grumbles about not having anything to eat. And so God says, okay, I've heard you. Tomorrow, I'm going to get you some meat and I'm going to get you some bread. And then he says, why? And the reason why is because I want you to know that I am your God. You are my people. And the next day he does that, and he puts a little limitation on it. He says, whatever you do, don't gather any more or any less than what you need, and don't leave anything on the ground. But of course, they try to get away with doing something they're not told, and God punishes him. I think we can see that in our lives today. Sometimes we may wonder, why does God put these limitations on us? Why does God say, hey, do these things, but don't do these things? And I think the main reason is because he wants to remind us that he has rescued us, that he has saved us, and that he is our God. And that should be good enough. I hope you have a great day and a great week. Blessings on you.